When you reinforce good behavior, you want to find a behavior that you really like and you really want your dog to replicate and do over and over and over again. So for instance, I really like it when my dogs go to place when the doorbell rings. And so every time that doorbell rings, I send them over to place and I reinforce that behavior with a lot of food or anything that they really look as a positive reinforcer. So my dogs are all food motivated, and so I like to use that because then I can use it with a lot of frequency, meaning I can give one treat, one treat, one treat, and it makes it this really great event for our dogs. You can also reinforce bad behavior that you don't even maybe necessarily know that you're doing. So for instance, when dogs jump on you, especially the little ones, so we find that that's one of probably the biggest behaviors that most clients with small dogs cite that they dislike that their dogs do, but they don't actually know that they're reinforcing that behavior inadvertently. So for instance, when your dog jumps on you, right, and it might be kind of cute to start, and what do most people do? They either pet them or they pick them up. And both of those are huge reinforcers for dogs. Any kind of physical touch or affirmation says to your dog, hey, I really like that. Can you do it again? And so with those small dogs, when they jump up on your legs and you actually pick them up, they see that as, wow, my owner really likes it when I do that, so I'm gonna keep doing that. That's how I get attention, that's how I get love, that's how I get affection. And so you're actually reinforcing kind of a bad behavior. Most people don't mind it when their dogs jump on them, but if I were to take Mayhem here out in public and he saw a really cool person that he really wanted to go say hi to, and I've allowed him to jump on me and I pet him when he jumps on me, or even I play with him and I push him off, that can even be a reinforcer for dogs. So when you're out in public and your dog sees a stranger and they jump on them, that stranger may not really like it. So whether it's a 60-pound dog or a 10-pound dog, you still get what you reinforce. It's still a dog. They still have the same dog brain in there, and they still abide by the same doggy code and social structure. And whether it's a small dog or a big dog, you're still reinforcing a negative behavior, no matter how much you dislike it. So with Mayhem here, if he were to jump on me, I just say nope and off, and I may give him a physical correction, whether it's a knee, or I might turn on him. I might actually even use the remote collar, but I'm going to correct it with the least amount of physical affirmation, like pushing or even turning and making it like a game, because I want that behavior to become less prevalent later on. And so I want to reinforce or reward the good stuff, and I want to correct the bad stuff. So when you look at your dog and they might be doing something you might not really like, even like begging at the dinner table, if you think it's fun to give them food at the dinner table, but then all of a sudden your family comes over and your dog is at the dinner table and begging at their feet, they might not necessarily like that. So with that being said, it's really important to know what you're reinforcing, and we make it very black and white for dogs. The black and white helps them to learn, and then you can install all of those little gray areas later. So with Mayhem here, we've really said no begging at the dinner table, no jumping on guests, no jumping on strangers, and I've reinforced that with a lot of good frequency. Later on down the road, if I want him to jump on me, I'll actually put it on command. So we can use a jump command or a dance command, and I can show him, come on, that I like his paws on me and that I don't mind that kind of physical attention or correction. Oh, right? Oh, warm hugs, warm hugs. So I might not mind that, but again, I put it on a command. So it's something I can reinforce, and then it's something I can correct later. As long as my guests don't say warm hugs, they won't get jumped on. Good boy. Break.